When the Covenant defeated the UNSC on one of their worlds, they would glass the surface from orbit with powerful plasma bombardment, and in some cases, the Covenant would spend weeks glassing a planet with hundreds of ships, turning the world into an inhospitable wasteland. Glassing operations would kill billions of humans, yet an extensive campaign would take time which is valuable in war. Despite the ruthless death and carnage from plasma glassing, the UNSC had an even more powerful and effective weapon for planetary destruction. The Nova Bomb is a very high-yield nuclear weapon composed of 9 nuclear warheads in a case of lithium titeride. Upon this detonation, the explosion compresses and implodes on itself, ensuring immense destruction on a planetary scale. They were used in 2 such examples, with both occasions reaping millions of Covenant casualties and hundreds of ships destroyed. In the first instance, after the fall of Reach when the Covenant began an extensive glassing campaign, Admiral Danforth Whitcomb left multiple Nova Bombs on Reach, disguised as Forerunner artifacts, in the hope that one would be picked up by the Covenant and detonated in their possession. And that's exactly what happened. While on board a Covenant supercarrier, Sublime Transcendence, a group of engineers inspected a Nova Bomb from Reach, deceived by its Forerunner disguise. Upon inspection, the bomb played this message.
This is a prototype Nova Bomb. 9 fusion warheads encased in lithium titeride armor. When detonated, it compresses its fissionable material to neutron star density, boosting the thermonuclear yield 100-fold. I am Vice Admiral Danforth Whitcomb, temporary in command of the UNSC military base Reach. To the Covenant uglies that might be listening, you have a few seconds to pray to your damned heathen gods. You all have a nice day in hell.
The bomb detonated, completely vaporizing the supercarrier, as well as 300 ships and scorching half of the Covenant planet, joyous exultation, along with destroying its moon. The planet's cities were flattened, and the destruction gave way to tidal waves and global radiation that killed every living being not incinerated by the blast. But unlike its first use, the second use of a Nova Bomb was after the fragile truce between the Sangheili and the UNSC had been established. While the Battle of Earth was raging, Oni initiated Operation Sunspear. The mission: Spartan Grain Team under Condition Endgame to detonate a Nova Bomb on the Covenant colony of Glyke. Grey Team deployed from an Oni Prowler to the surface of Glyke, where they armed the Nova Bomb on a timed detonation. The Spartans returned to their Prowler, narrowly escaping the blast, which crippled the ship, with eventually all on board being killed, save for Grey Team, who escaped via lifeboat. The planet of Glyke was completely destroyed, and every single being on the planet was killed. But unbeknownst to Grey Team, the Covenant had already been defeated, making the act unnecessary. After being asleep in cryo for 6 years until 2558, Grey Team were picked up by a Sangheili Fleetmaster, Rojaka Kasan, who sought to bargain with the Spartans with the UNSC, as revenge for Glyke's destruction. However, fate would have it so that the Fleetmaster became caught up in the conflict of Caro, where the Spartans escaped during the confusion. After the conflict, the Spartans feared that they would be put on trial for war crimes committed on Glyke. Though fortunately for Grey Team, they would offer a deal to join a joint human Sangheili team, included with it a pardon from Fel Vadum, otherwise known as the Arbiter, which Grey Team accepted, though not without their own conditions. The Nova Bomb was the most powerful weapon ever fielded by either the UNSC or the Covenant. Had the UNSC been able to go on a more frequent offensive, it's probable that the UNSC would have utilised them more to destroy more Covenant worlds. However, this was not possible due to the UNSC knowing little information of the location of the Covenant colonies, as well as the shortage of nuclear weapons by 2552, making the Nova Bomb a resource-intensive weapon. And that concludes this lore video on the devastating human weapon, the Nova Bomb. Thank you for tuning in. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and keep in the loop with some more Halo content by hitting the bell icon and subscribing to Thunderbuddy. And until next time, Spartans, this is Josh, signing out.